Good morning, friends. Welcome to my channel Investment Sutras. Today I'm going to talk about the critical illness insurance, the importance of taking critical illness insurance, and the top three critical illness insurance policies for the year 2020. So, talking about the critical illness insurance policy, it's a type of health insurance policy which covers the insured against the life threatening critical illnesses such as cancer, heart attack, renal failure, and this insurance policy provides a coverage in form of a lump sum at the time of diagnosis of the covered illness, and the lump sum can be used for the treatment expenses. Now the question arises, when we already taken a health insurance policy, so what is the need for to take a separate critical illness insurance policy? Now any health insurance policy is going to take care of the pre as well as the post hospitalization expenses. So it can be a room rent, it can be diagnostic expenses, or consultation fees, medicine fees, ambulance expenses, etc., etc. But when it comes to critical illnesses, so these illnesses are very critical. It can last for for years, and sometimes you may have to give a treatment for the entire life. So it's going to put a lot of burden on your savings. So in order to protect yourself, so you require this critical illness insurance. So normally this critical illness insurance is taken as a rider benefit or an add-on benefit with the existing health insurance policy. So talking about its features, so it's going to cover against the 36 vital critical diseases, and the money is always paid in form of a lump sum amount, and there is a the process of claiming this amount is very easy. So claim process is very easy, and normally there will be some sort of an waiting period if you want to claim the critical illness insurance claim. So this waiting period may be anywhere between 90 days up to 3 years. Now suppose if you're already suffering from some sort of critical illnesses, you may have to wait anywhere between 90 days to 3 years to get the claim, and this differs from company to company. It differs to from one policy to the other critical illness policies, and a part of this the claim amount what you're going to get, so can be used as an income replacement, because some of the critical illnesses can be life threatening. Now for example, a person who is was attacked by a stroke will be bedridden for the entire life. So this money, the claim money, can be used as a source of an income, a replacement income. So in that way, so critical illnesses along with the health insurance is going to give a complete health insurance for yourself as well as your family members. So according to the World Health Organization, cardiovascular diseases, cancer, stroke, chronic obstructive pulmonary diseases are some of the commonly seen the ailments in India. So one of the main reasons why these conditions are categorized as critical, because this disease not only affect the body, is going to affect the vital organs of our body such as the heart, lungs, liver, skeleton, and brain. And early diagnosis of this disease is most cases not possible because of the negligence, lack of awareness, or lack of preemptive health checkups, which is not available in the rural areas. So as a result of this, the disease may continue to affect an individual for many days. Sometimes it may even affect for months and years. So sometimes it may affect for the entire life. So you require a lot of the treatment expenses. So that is why you going to require a critical illness insurance. And taking a critical illness insurance policy, it's going to avail a tax benefit under the Income Tax Act of 1961 under the Section 80D. An exemption for an individual is given up to 15,000, and in case of senior citizens, this exemption benefit may extend up to 20,000 rupees. And the main advantage, as I mentioned earlier, it's going to give a full proof way of securing your future against the critical illnesses. So it will provide you the lump sum amount upon the diagnosis of the covered critical illnesses. So talking about what is the difference between critical illness policy as well as the health insurance policy. So in case of health insurance policy, it's an indemnity insurance plan that pays the total expenses incurred out of the sum insured. Whereas in case of critical illness policy, it is a fixed benefit plan, and the maximum sum assured is paid to the insured person on the diagnosis of the critical illnesses. So the health insurance has to be renewed every year. So normally it will be taken for 1 year tenure, and every year it has to be renewed annually. Whereas the critical illness policy, the tenure varies between anywhere between 15 to 20 years. So the waiting period for health insurance will be between 30 days to 90 days. So whereas in case of critical illnesses, it may vary from anywhere 90 days to 3 years depending upon the insurance companies. And in case of health insurance policy, the reimbursement payable for hospitalization for over 24 hours is already given, or it will be given. And the critical illness policy, the sum assured payable when the insured survives at least 30 days the post diagnosis and the surgery. So what is the meaning of this one is in order to get a claim, the critical illness policy claim, so you should survive at least 30 days after you have been diagnosed with the critical illness. So that means if you submit a diagnostic report to the insurance company, they will see that whether you survived that 30 days period in order to get the claim. So this is one important clause of the critical illness health insurance policy. So in case of health insurance, it covers the range of illness such as OIS treatment, ambulance charges, pre and post hospitalization expenses, etc., etc. Whereas the critical illness insurance covers only the critical illnesses only. So the expenses incurred are payable on submission of medical bills in case of the hospital treatment is taken when you based upon the health insurance. So whereas in case of critical illnesses, pays a pre-decided lump sum amount after taking the claim. In case of the health insurance, comparatively higher because it offers a comprehensive coverage. So whereas in case of critical illnesses, the coverage is affordable because it's taken as an add-on insurance. So critical illness is not the main insurance you're going to take; you're going to take as an add-on insurance. So therefore, the premium is affordable. And health insurance are designed for individuals, senior citizens, as well as for the entire family. Whereas the critical illness insurance is designed for individual and not for the senior citizens. So critical illnesses are broadly classified into three types: type 1, type 2 and type 3. So type 1 is commonly covered. It includes the heart attack, cancer, stroke and coma. So type 2, it varies from company to company. So some companies may not cover all the 17 the diseases mentioned here, the illnesses mentioned here. Some companies do cover all the 17 illnesses. So these illnesses includes the paralysis, coronary bypass surgery, loss of limbs, kidney failure, burns, Parkinson diseases, loss of speech, multiple sclerosis, benign brain tumor, etc., etc. It goes on up to aortic diseases. Whereas the type 3 critical illnesses are not at all covered. So none of the critical illness insurances policies are going to cover the type 3 type of critical illnesses. So it includes the illnesses due to smoking, tobacco and drug intake. So dental or cosmetic surgery, infertility treatment, HIV or AIDS infection, illness occurring due to an internal or external congenital disorders, hormone replacement therapies or treatments, treatment for reproduction, pregnancy or childbirth. So these come under the type 3 critical illnesses. So these illnesses are normally not covered in any of the critical illness health insurance policies. So talking about the top 3 critical illness health insurance policies in India for the year 2020, my first choice will be HDFC Ergo Health Optima Vital Plan. So previously it was known as Apollo Munich Health Optima Vital Plan. The minimum entry age for this plan is 18 years. It can extend up to 65 years. The sum insured is anywhere between 1 lakh to 50 lakh, and the policy term is anywhere between 1 to 2 years. And the waiting period, in case if you are already suffering with some of the critical illnesses, you may have to wait for 4 years in order to get the claim. And one important benefit with the HDFC Ergo Health Optima Vital Plan is a restore benefit. So there is an instant addition of 100% basic sum insured to coverage on your first claim. So what do you mean by a restore benefit? So restore benefit is nothing but it's a type of a benefit wherein the health insurance company restores the original sum insured after it gets exhausted in the policy year. Now, take for example, if you have taken a health insurance policy along with critical illness policy, if your critical illness, the sum assured is about 3 lakh rupees, and say for example 1 lakh rupees you already taken claim, so you're going to have a 2 lakh rupees in your policy. So automatically, so this 2 lakh will become a 3 lakh. So that means there is an 100% addition of your sum assured in the following claims. So this benefit is going to will be called as a restore benefit. So this is the one unique benefit that you're going to find in HDFC Ergo Health Optima Vital Plan. So apart from that, you're going to have what you call as a multiplier benefit for every claim free year. So basic sum insured will increase by 50% as no claim bonus. That means if you don't claim the critical illness health insurance policy, you're going to get what is called no claim bonus, and this is going to increase your sum insured by 50%. And it provides a complete coverage for 60 days prior and 180 days post hospitalization. So the pre-hospitalization coverage is given for 60 days and post-hospitalization coverage is given for 180 days. And the number of critical illnesses covered is 37. So these critical illnesses covered under the HDFC Ergo Optima plan will be like this: the cancer for specified severity, multiple sclerosis, kidney failure, coma, bacterial meningitis, major burns, stroke, permanent paralysis of limbs, cardiomyopathy, pulmonary artery graft surgery, aplastic anemia, multiple system atrophy, open chest, CABG, Alzheimer's diseases, encephalitis, brain surgery, etc. etc. So these are the 37 critical illnesses which are covered by this policy. My second critical illness health insurance policy is Max Bupa Criticare Plan. Max Bupa Criticare Plan. So the minimum entry age is 18 years. The maximum entry age is 65 years. The sum insured minimum is 3 lakh rupees. It can extend up to 2 crores as a maximum sum insured. So the policy term can be anywhere between 1 to 3 years. The waiting period is 4 years. So in case if you are already suffering some of the critical illnesses, you may have to wait for 4 years in order to get your claim. So the restore benefit is not available in this plan. So when it coming to the multiplier benefit, if policy is taken for 2 or 3 years and you get a discount on the second and third year's premium, that means you have taken a policy and you don't claim your critical illness benefit for the first year, you're going to get a discount on your the premium what you pay for the second as well as the third year. So it provides a complete coverage 60 days prior and 180 days post hospitalization treatment, and the number of critical illnesses covered are 20. So these are the 20 critical illnesses covered by this policy: cancer, heart attack, coma, kidney failure, stroke, paralysis, motor neuron diseases, bacterial meningitis, loss of speech, burns, etc. etc. So coming to my third critical illness health insurance policy is HDFC Ergo Critical Illness Plan. So it's a product from HDFC Ergo Insurance Company. So the minimum entry age is 5 years. The maximum entry age is 65 years. The minimum sum assured, it varies depending upon what type of plan you have taken. If you have taken a silver plan, so the sum assured may be anywhere between 5 lakh to 10 lakh. So it will be like 5 lakh, 7.5 lakh, and 10 lakh. If you're taken a platinum plan, it will be like 2.5 lakh, 5 lakh, 7 lakh, and 10 lakh. The policy term is 1 to 2 years. So either you can take for 1 year or 2 years. The waiting period for pre-existing disease is 90 days. So restore benefit is not available. The multiplier benefit, if a policy is taken for 2 or 3 years, you're going to get a discount on your second or third year premium payment. And complete coverage is given for 60 days prior as well as the 180 days post hospitalization treatment. And the number of critical illnesses covered is 15. So these are the list of critical illnesses covered. It can be an heart attack, coronary bypass surgery, kidney failure, multiple sclerosis, stroke, cancer, paralysis, aorta graft surgery, Alzheimer's diseases. Now here the number of critical illnesses covered depends upon what type of plan you are taken. So in case if you are taken HDFC Ergo critical illness with silver plan, so these are the critical illnesses covered. And if you want more coverage for critical illnesses for many other critical illnesses, then you can take up HDFC Ergo critical illness platinum plan. And these are the add-on critical illnesses covered in the platinum plan. Any critical illness insurance policies do have certain exemptions, exclusions. So these are the common exclusions that you find in any critical illness policies. So you are totally exempted on certain diseases such as HIV, AIDS, any treatment or surgery pertaining to change of sex, congenital anomalies, birth control procedures, any treatment arising from a traceable which are traceable to the pregnancy, sexually transmitted diseases, nuclear, biological or chemical contamination, intoxicant abuse related to drugs, alcohol, or anything, any medical condition arising from donation of any of your policyholders' organs, any disease arising due to self-inflicted injury or suicidal attempt. So these illnesses are totally exempted in the critical illness health insurance policies. So normally almost all the critical illness policies do have these exemptions. Now coming to the claim procedure and documentation, following documents are needed and should be submitted to the company while raising a claim. So these are the documents. First one is a claim form of the company. So you have to download a claim form from the company website. You have to fill the claim form along with the consultation forms, medical report and invoices, hospitalization bills, the pharmacy bills and prescriptions, and discharge summary. So these are some of the documents which you have to attach with your claim form and you have to submit. Only then you'll be getting the lump sum amount. I hope that this particular video is going to help you to know something about the critical illness health insurance policy, its benefits, and what are the top 3 critical health insurance policies in the India for the year 2020. Thank you very much.